something that I wouldn't have ever expected to be doing, but I'm super happy that I get to speak to your class. So thank you so much for bringing me onto this. Like, I'm pretty excited to talk about like games. Like, who doesn't want to talk about games? So,
Right, and
yeah.
now because you're coming to us from Canada, I can say that this is an international. I have an international. I've had 3 international guest speakers this year. I don't think any teachers have done that. So Teacher of the Year votes coming around.
Yeah,
Um,
MVP to you.
yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit like about yourself, about who you are?
Yeah, so I'll give you a little background about myself. So, I where do I start? So I'm going to talk about like the very beginning. So I actually studied marketing at a university called Ryerson in Toronto.
Me too.
And
Not in Toronto though. Sorry.
oh, you studied marketing?
Yeah, yeah. It's a whole. So yes, I was a business major in college, marketing. I was a marketing
Oh,
major. So my business class, we spent out the bulk of it is on marketing. Yeah.
wow, that's awesome.
So
Good
I
to
saw.
know. Actually, before that, I just remembered that I actually studied 1 year of legal studies. I completely forgot about that. That was like way long ago. I went to like this university called Waterloo, and I studied 1 year of legal studies. I hate reading. I'm a more like a hands-on person. So when I went to study legal studies, honestly, like I hated it so much. I couldn't even read like 2 pages, and like it's all about like the law and stuff, and it was just like really boring for me. So through that year, I really hated it, and it made me realize that I want to try something else in a different career field. So that's when I moved over and transitioned into Ryerson, where I studied marketing. I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I just kind of like took a leap of faith, and yeah, I graduated with marketing with a business degree, and I absolutely loved it. And it was a lot more hands-on, and I got to like use more of my creative self to learn about like how to build strategies, and also like do more of like the content creation side. So that was really fun for me. Moving on, now I am a streamer at Stadium Live. I don't know how many of you actually play on Stadium Live, but it just happened so randomly. And it was just unprepared, but in a very positive way. So thanks to Stadium Live and the pandemic, I am streaming as a Twitch streamer now, and also on Stadium Live, for fun. And then it turned into a real life career, and I absolutely love it. I get to like chat with people. I get to like play competitive games with people. I met like your teacher here through Stadium Live, which is awesome. And yeah, it's just super fun. And then next is history.
So now what's interesting now, if you see me like moving in my head a lot, it's because I'm looking at them, I'm looking at questions, but
It's okay.
this is so this is our third or fourth guest speaker. Yeah, our fourth guest speaker, 'cause we had a guest speaker also that was a former student here that works for the NBA, and she was in the bubble the whole bubble time, whatever. But
Yeah.
this is the fourth person. Think about it, the fourth person we've spoken to that the first thing that like they did out of school or in the beginning of school, they were like, I don't know if I love it, so I'm gonna go do something that I love or that I really like. And kind of I end up talking about myself a lot, sorry, but that's kind of like how I got here too. I went to college for business. I liked it a lot, whatever. My family has a family business, but I was like, I don't want to do that every day. I want to coach. I want to be around you guys, et cetera, et cetera. And the reason why, and I didn't even start at the same college. I transferred. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, what you do next isn't for like the rest of your life. Like you're allowed to transfer. You're allowed to go somewhere for 2 years and try something else. You're allowed to not love a job. Like one of the interesting when we had Hans speak, and one of the big questions was, how did you get to work for Canadian basketball or Canada basketball? And he was like, when I was a teller, I was really nice to this one person that kept coming in, and that's how I got. And so it's like something we've been telling these guys. You don't never know who's kind of watching or who you meet, and it's just, isn't it just so much easier to be doing something that you enjoy doing? Like you said before, you couldn't even read. Like you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're reading from the law book, and it just becomes mush, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, like it's all about like building connections throughout your whole life. Like you might be meeting someone randomly on the street, and you just have a normal conversation. And if they really like you, they might be someone who's really successful and they maybe really like your personality and be like, hey, like, why don't you, like, are you interested in like this job? Like, I'm currently looking for someone to hire. And that might be like a job opportunity that just comes your way. Like for me, like my motto is like things happen for a reason. Whether you start at like a first job where you don't like, you hate it, it's still something that you seek as like a lesson, and you don't take it as a failure. So whatever goes through your way, like things happen for a reason. You either realize that you really don't like that, that path, so you stay away from that and you try something new. Like for me, like I like to get out of my comfort zone. I like to try different things. Like honestly, like I didn't expect to be like sitting and talking with you guys about like gaming. Like it's just completely crazy. I don't know, like I started as a hostess as my first job at Swiss Chalet. So like it's crazy how like I'm just thinking about the past of how like I really grew and just kind of realized like what I was really passionate about. So I was like a hostess at Swiss Chalet. Then I became a server at like some like bar and grill restaurant. And then I started my first official real job at like a bank. And I did that for like several years while I was like working, while I was studying at like university. And then crazy thing, like what really made me realize I had to get out of the bank was I actually had a really mean manager at TD. She was a woman too, so I don't know for all the ladies listening there. I don't know what it was, but like she was like really treating me like very unfair. She was like really mean versus like treating other people who were like males. So it was like kind of like an eye opener. So like I didn't take it as something that like a bad thing. I say like things happen for a reason. So because of that, the way that I was treated in that culture made me realize that I don't want to be at the bank anymore. I know that I know my self worth, and I just decided to leave. And then I found this amazing marketing opportunity internship at this like marketing agency. And I'm like, okay, wow, like I don't know how I got here, but I did it. Like I'm out of the bank. I hated the bank. And I just did like a internship for like 3 months, and they were really impressed with my work. So they hired me as a community marketing manager. And from there, like that's how my whole marketing career just like flourished. And for me, like I just want to say like the opportunities are endless for you guys. You guys are in high school, like you guys will like be in jobs where like you might not like it, you might love it, but like along the way like you'll figure out what your passion is. I didn't realize what I really wanted to do until now, and I'm like way older than you guys. Like people have different journeys. Like you don't, like you move at your own pace, and just like you will figure it out. Trust me on that. So
Now, one of the things you mentioned leads into a very popular question we have, or a form of question. And I even told the student I'm going to phrase it exactly how she wrote it. Did you have to deal with men, and then in parentheses it says boys exclamation mark, underestimating you and automatically assuming maybe you're not good at video, at gaming or streaming because you are in a male dominated type industry? And like, how do you? I can't answer that. Like, that's one thing I can't give advice because
I know, yeah. Unfortunately, like, yeah, sexism still exists. And when I'm streaming, like either on Stadium Live or on Twitch, like I get abusive comments. I get like even negative comments like, oh, like this room can't be that good, or like, like can she even play? Like, why is she even playing? Like girls don't play, but like at the end of the day, like I don't feed that energy. Like girls can do whatever they want in this day and age. Like if I want to be a basketball player, I'll be a basketball player. If I want to be a Twitch streamer, I'll do it. Like there is no restrictions and there's no division between male and female. And like there's always going to be like a group of male that believe that games are only for like males, but like that's why they don't have girlfriends. No, I'm kidding. But like that's just like you just ignore those comments, and like you just keep pushing, do whatever you love most, because self happiness is the most important. Like people will always judge in this world. That's something that you'll learn, especially like when you're like at a job. Like someone might talk down at you or like kind of like belittle you, but like ignore those comments and turn it around into like a positive mindset and use it as a way where it kind of encourages you to do better. So that's my
and,
advice.
and someone actually just posted this, asked, what caused you to take the leap of faith, as you said?
Take a leap of faith. Um,
Like from jumping from one career to the next, I guess.
I think like for me, at least in my personal experience, when like something doesn't go right, I just have this intuition that tells me to like get out of my comfort zone. Obviously, like a lot of times, like a lot of people are afraid to be open minded and like try something new because they're so comfortable with what they're doing. But for me, like working at the bank, like I've been doing it for like a couple of years, and like how I was being treated, it kind of like hit a spark in myself that I really need to do a change, like try to change and like try like a marketing field, like get out of that world. Because if I don't, I'm not going to be happy for the rest of my life. Like in like 5, 10 years, do I see myself being a bank, like working at the bank? Like no, I don't. I like for my personality, like I can't see myself sitting at an office, like just doing financial stuff. Like I'm more of a person that likes to like talk to people, meet people, game, and like I always love like doing something in like the content creation side. So streaming is yeah, it just happened.
So, and what game was your like all time go to? What, not even if you're streaming or not, just what's like a game that you could sit and play for days?
Um, I would say Apex now. I don't know how many of you guys play Apex, but I love like first person shooting games. Like I'm a real
There was a mix of groan and there was a mix of like, yeah. And so like, how many of you guys play Apex? Raise your, I can't see when you do those. Like, so yeah, so we have some in here. So yeah, I can tell you really into it because you can tell from watching your streams how much more you like that than anything else.
Yeah, like so I don't know if you guys ever watch me play like stream, but like I used to play Warzone. And yeah, it was fun until like the new season came out and I just hated it. And now I transitioned to Apex, like I think like 2 months ago. So Apex is a lot more competitive. You know, like you don't just shoot the air and then you just kill somebody. Like it's a lot more accurate. And yeah, I just love that you get to like play ranked and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm really competitive. If you watch my streams, I do rage a lot.
Now, but and something I noticed early on, and I don't know if they do. You do not seem to like you're not a Fortnite person,
Oh my gosh.
right?
Yeah, like I don't know what it is. Like I mean,
You
I've
guys still
seen.
play Fortnite? Is that yeah? So like it's weird because I don't know if it's a
Oh.
state like a state like a location thing, but they still do it. But I can just like when people bring it up in chat, I could just see like the anger in your face, like Fortnite, like
I don't know. Like I okay, like maybe I'll try Fortnite one day, but like I don't know. It just looks really complicated. Like I have to build houses and at the
yeah.
same
I don't
time
know.
I
It
have
looks
to
more
shoot people.
honestly, it looks more complicated what you're doing on like Apex.
Really?
Yeah, because there's like a million different like. Then again, I only won one for my claim to fame. I had one battle royale victory in my like life. Now they're realizing there's a chat feature. Do you play Valorant? I know Kev Money does, but did you play Valorant?
Valorant? No, I haven't tried it. So actually before, like while I was still playing Warzone, I was trying to debate like should I play. Hey Gabriel.
Yeah, guys, keep it on. Stay on mute, please.
I was gonna say like should I try Apex or should I try Valorant? And then I did my own research to see which one's more competitive and which one's like a lot more harder. And I found out that it was Apex, so I decided to move to Apex. And then I convinced my friends. Like I have a group of like my friends that I've been playing with since the pandemic. And I convinced them to play Apex, so we've been playing that. So yeah, I haven't touched Valorant.
Okay. Um, is there a difference? And this was something we've asked all of the people that we've talked to. Is there a difference between who we like if we met you on the street versus in game when you're actually streaming? Like, I don't want to say like, is it a different personality? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how did I
Yeah,
phrase
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm still like myself for sure, like 100% still myself. Even whether you meet me in person on the street, or like I'm gaming, I think I'm just like completely magnified when I am streaming on Twitch or Stadium Live, because I want to continue being entertaining. Like I'm already like bubbly myself, but
Guys,
like
you gotta keep the mics off. Thank you. Sorry.
yeah, so it's okay. I'm just like extra bubbly on stream just to get people excited, to get them energized, and I'm a lot more talkative. So yeah, just that's how I like to like communicate with my community. And people just feed off my energy, so I gotta give them that extra side of me.
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed because I'm just like starting to get in this world of Twitch and like even like the marbles on Twitch, which everyone on Stadium Live hates. I'm an old guy, so I'm like, that's my thing. It's actually pretty interesting. And like these people have to have energy. Like they do like 6-hour streams and like it's insane. Now I don't know what this means, so hopefully it makes sense. Your thoughts on R9?
So silly.
The R99?
What are you asking? Just ask it out loud.
Rainbow
Stop.
Six Siege. It's on my
Rainbow Six Siege. Do you
I
play
have
that?
not played that yet, no, but there are people on Stadium Live, I think that stream that. Is that the one with like the it's still a first person shooting game, right? I have no
I'm not
idea.
sure. They're
I
starting to be goofy.
I don't know. I haven't played that yet.
Trust me.
Lewis, stop, please. You're distracting me. I can't. There's like 10 different screens. I'm getting emails from the head of guidance. Hey, can you send an email to this person? Like I'm the secretary. Anyway, what's this was a fun question I had. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on stream, if there ever was one? Like, I don't know, because as it being a teacher, like during the pandemic, I remember the one day I was teaching, and all of a sudden my father-in-law downstairs just starts dropping F-bombs like no other. And the captions, you just see mother effing this and effing that, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna have a job anymore. But has anything like?
Honestly, like nothing too embarrassing has happened yet. So knock on wood. I did have like a lot of embarrassing L's on stream. And also like there are a few times where I accidentally slip like some like bad words on stream, but I usually do like cover myself. So like when I'm playing like Apex, it's really competitive, right? So there's a lot of times it's really hard to control your inner rage. And I think a lot of people who play competitive games like Apex know how hard it is not to like scream or yell or like say stuff. So whenever I'm streaming on Stadium Live, I do cover myself really quickly and think of like, okay, instead of like the F word, what do I say? I would be like, oh, fudge. I'll think of like different words that I can use to that starts with the letter F, so that I can kind of like pick myself back up. So, but when I'm on Twitch, I get to like let myself a little bit more loosely. I just have to be professional at the end of the day when I'm on Stadium Live, because it is like my job on the line. So I definitely don't want to get fired. But
So
also
yes,
continue being entertaining.
That's an interesting segue, because most Twitch streamers rely on Twitch, but you have to rely on kind of Stadium Live, right? Like you're getting your viewers from. Because I had one kid last period who was like, "Well, she doesn't have a ton of viewers." I'm like, "But you can't look at the numbers you see on Twitch. It's the people in Stadium Live. It's a whole different target market. Like it's weird because it is two completely different worlds, like that are out there." This is an Apex Legend question. Who do you play with? Who's your main personality? I like Wrath. Wraith.
I love Wraith. Wraith is actually like my #1 bestie on Apex. But ever since Mad Maggie came out, she's been like my second. So they're pretty like up there together. So she's really
my friend here says she's a trash. This is a quote. She's a trash character. But he's
what does that mean?
You're what we call what do we call it? You're a No. You oh my gosh. No.
Try hard.
No, stop it. When you go in just to ruin things, you're a
hater.
No, I'm not even.
Why am I? No, it is a party pooper, but it's a more technological word. Oh my god. Troll, you're a troll.
Troll.
You like to troll. He trolls in class. He trolls on.
No, I'm not. No, I'm actually 6'10".
Oh,
A troller.
You're on Twitch. Just okay. Anyway, you go on Stadium Live, and then that's how. Because we'll talk after class. Anyway, what was the next question? Oh, Mag, the girl you were talking about reminds me of the Street Fighter character, but a female version. Totally different topic though. Anyway, all right. This is a question. So like when I come to teach, I have my water or whatever. How do you prepare before an hour stream or whatever it is? Guys, stop! What are you doing?
this tomfoolery, man.
Oh, stop with the tomfoolery. So when you are like, how do you prepare, or do you just sit down and just go?
So I actually have like streaming is actually like my side hustle. So I actually work full time as a social media manager, a community manager, and once I'm like done work, I just completely hop on Apex. So I'm just like I just turn into like game mode. I have to turn to game mode, and then I just start streaming.
I like it. Is there any person in the streaming kind of community that you? Because it is different. It's not like these guys and girls can watch TV and watch a basketball player, a baseball player, football player. Is there anyone that was like, oh, I want to be like this person, or is it everyone just like so unique in the streaming world?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Oh, sorry. Is there anyone like that's like streamer specifically that you kind of look to, or is it just like your own type of like personality? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. So I would say like I do watch other streamers like Pokimane, like ACU, like a lot of like big Twitch streamers recently. So I do look up to them, and a lot of like female streamers, because I want to see like what do they have to face and go through as a Twitch streamer, because obviously sometimes it can be really different and like compared to like male streamers. And also I just learn a lot from them, but also like mostly when I stream, it's just my personality and I add like a little twist to it. A lot of people, like even when I was young, like they call me Care Bear, so I kind of create this like persona of like maybe I should create like this big bear family on Twitch and on Stadium Live. So now a lot of people are like hopping on this trend of like being a part of this bear family. So that's kind of like what I created, and I think it kind of creates like an inclusivity around people, and it gets people really, it makes people feel really special that they're a part of this like big bear family, and also just like that's just how I became Care Bear on Twitch.
yeah, no, and as cheesy as it might sound, it is awesome because it's another way, especially like high school students, young and younger, like they might have had a trash day at school all day. They can come in and they're around. That's what I loved about. That's what got me as an old man into Stadium Live. Like there was this community of people, and you kind of all. I don't know. It's corny, but it's like everyone's basically nice. Like I don't know. It's like a interesting thing. So
You don't see a lot of communities where like it's all like positivity, like people encourage you. Like on Stadium Live, like I'm really surprised because like at first I was nervous because like I've never seen like a female gamer really be a part of like a community like this and like stream for them. So when I was streaming, obviously there were like a few like boys that would be like, oh, like girls don't stream, like who is this? But like I did starting building a lot of like friendships with people from Stadium Live, and like whenever someone talks down in the chat, like I have like all of these friends to back me up and like kind of like tell them that's not appropriate. So it's really fun. They make it fun. The reason why I continue streaming is because of the people that watch. So
awesome. What's next for It's Me Care Bear? What's next?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I would hope to like obviously like I was just like streaming on Twitch for fun at first. It became a true hobby, and then it became a side hustle, and now I'm trying to grow my Twitch. So I think
That's where the marketing comes in, right?
Yeah. exactly. So that's where my marketing career comes in, and I can finally use it. But like, yeah, I hopefully like I can like continue growing my Twitch. I've been meeting a lot of people like besides like being on Stadium Live. So what I do is like I would stream at nighttime as well for like a couple hours, and I do meet a lot of like people that want to join my streams. And when people join my streams on Twitch, like I build a connection with them, and they would continue coming. And then I actually introduced them to people from Stadium Live, and from there they just started becoming friends, and we started playing together. So it was like a whole mesh of like me promoting Stadium Live on my Twitch, and also like building this like huge community between the both worlds of Twitch and Stadium Live.
So our last question will be, where do you see yourself in 5 years? A good interview question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself being a leader on Stadium Live, working there full time. Right now, I'm just trying to like I'm doing Twitch streams for them as like a side hustle, but I've really grown to really love Stadium Live. The people that work there, the founders, like they're really amazing people. And I didn't expect to really become like to start working for them. Like I always thought that it would just be like I don't know, maybe like a marketing career for like an agency or something. So like for my advice is like you never know like what you're gonna get into until it happens. So like if you're worried about like where you're gonna be in like the next 4 or 5 years, like don't worry about it. Like things happen along the way as it should. So maybe you're gonna meet someone who's gonna help you take you to the next level in your career, or like you stumble randomly upon like I don't know a new job, and you get out of your comfort zone and you try it out, and then you become successful at it. So like just take everything as like one step at a time, and you'll
Sounds
make
good.
it.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Everyone say thank you so she can hear. We can hear it good.
Thanks,
And
guys. Thank you
hopefully,
so
and
much.
I have a feeling you're gonna have some more followers soon. I think they got everyone all excited about gaming and everything. So
All
have a good
right.
day, afternoon, evening, and good night. And we'll
Thanks
see
so much,
you
James.
in the stadium verse. Bye bye.
See ya. Bye.